And we're rolling. Hello, here we are in Nairobi, Kenya, where we've been for the past couple months.
Hello.
Hanging out with Andre and Coline, Harriet of Our African Life. We've gotten to capture their African life over the past couple months, and we're putting together a little video for them showing their ministry here in Kenya.
Yes, Andre and Coline, they're amazing. I've known them for quite a while now, and they do amazing things here. It's been so cool to see their life and just be able to film what they're doing. Andre with some TTI church planning stuff, and Coline going to school and pursuing spreading medical knowledge in rural places. It's been really cool to see. Tea is a huge thing.
Tea.
So much tea. It's
Lots
really
of tea.
Tea-flavored milk.
Tea is to
Chai.
Africa as coffee is to America.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
think
accurate.
I think so. Yeah, and it's
Basically, you have tea a lot.
a lot, multiple times a day.
But also having tea mostly means having food as well.
lots of food.
Often.
Yes,
Frequently.
yes,
Quite a lot.
yes. Africans are so kind. They welcome you to their home and they feed you.
Tea.
You are fed.
And dumplings.
You have to be prepared to go to eat food. Belly, 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 belly. What is this belly? What is this belly?
Our first weekend here, we traveled west into the hills and spent the day with a family that Andre and Coline know. They're pastoralists, shepherds, and yeah, it was just really neat to be with them for the day, seeing their life, a true rural lifestyle. And later on then, we traveled north to Lysamus, which was definitely the ruralest place I think either of us have ever been.
Yeah.
Very classic African Rendili people are there, and
They were really interested in River, touching his hair, touching his hands, and we had a lot of fun. We couldn't speak the language, so there was that. But at one point, Derek was leading the kids around. He tried to teach them duck, duck, goose, but it didn't work out. He had them all sitting, and then so they were all sitting, but then whenever he got one to run around,
they all kind got up and ran around.
Right, so eventually just became follow the leader. But they did good, had fun.
Yes.
It was fun to watch.
On our
Very
way-
beautiful people.
On our way back from there, we stopped in Isiolo, where there is a TTI training center. So Andre visited there, and we saw that in action.
Then we took a little break from traveling.
Well, our car took a little break from traveling. Shortly after our Isiolo leaving from there,
Oh, right.
we broke down, and were broken down for several hours due to a couple problems. So
Yeah.
that was an adventure. Although we found out when we got back that there was like some nut loose or something that if that had come off, it would have been way worse.
And
So-
the belt was shredded on the verge of snapping. So it really was by the grace of God that we made it back.
Zoom. A zoom. A zoom. A zoom.
He's so happy.
The shirt though. And then this past week we traveled to Nanyuki.
Which is where one of my childhood friends lives, Andrew and Abby. They are living there on a compound and doing some church planning stuff and helping with a school. And it was really neat to see where they live and very beautiful.
They took us to a little restaurant called Trout Tree. There are monkeys that like to hang out there and often come and steal your food. We did not experience that, but heard it's a regular occurrence. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh.
Here in Kenya, there is definitely a slowness. No, not slowness.
Basically, time is very similar to, I think, island time or Latin American time, which works for me.
There is no like 30-minute event or quick get together
No.
or stopping in on someone. If you go to a place, you're at that place, and there's a patience to it and steadiness to it. Relationship is very valued here. I'm totally stealing that from Andre and Coline's video.
True. True.
Don't tell
African
'em.
culture is really big on shaking hands, greeting each other, really saying hi, how are you, taking a moment to be together. There's no such thing as like brushing by somebody. That doesn't happen.
So during our 2 months here, we've gotten to be a part of 2 Christian communities, one super close, just down the road within walking distance, and another one a little further away in Riru. And that's where we ended up spending the majority of our time filming for our film.
Oh, no.
Dunzo. Poop break. Pause for a diaper change. You wouldn't even know it. Thank you for your patience. We cut out the in-between, so you didn't have to actually wait. Super baby.
Okay, so we were talking about the different Christian communities here, the one that's close and the one that's far. And what was neat to me was that they're completely different communities. They're not connected except for Andre and Coline. Like the rest of the people who go there don't know each other. And they're from different classes, different walks of life. But what was neat is I went to a women's conference at the one close by, and I went to a church service at the one further away. And both people were led to speak on unity.
Like they had different things they were going to talk about that day.
Right. Yeah. Especially the one guy is like, I was going to speak on spiritual warfare, but the Lord just pressed in my heart to speak on unity. That was cool to see, just the Spirit speaking the same thing to people here.
Zoom. A huge strength among believers here that we quickly recognized in really any gathering of Christians that we were part of is a view of God that is so big and so reverent. And really through that, the vision for the film that we're making kind of shifted directions. And what it's really become now is, instead of like a documentary, focused on the similarities and differences in Christians in different cultures, now the film is about God himself and his bigness and majesty, and it is taking on a much more poetic feeling than documentary. It's
so about God, this really big God who's mighty and good and beautiful, and who chooses to press in and come to earth and be thick all around us. And so the people that we wanted to focus on are people who really view God that way and have this reverence and respect for him. And Pews was definitely one of those people. We actually met him when we first got here.
Yeah, within the first couple of days.
Yeah, and then we were kind of like, okay, let's see who else. We weren't sure. We were kind of waiting, and it took about a few weeks for us to realize, no, this is our person. This is who we're really meant to spend time with.
Yes, so really over the past couple of weeks especially, we spent most of our days with him and just capturing his life and the way that he lives life.
There's this, it's a bird fight. There's this beautiful balance and dance between live, real people and moments, and improvising and responding to what's existing, and then also bringing a structure and saying, okay, we really want a very wide composition where humans are very small in the frame and you feel their smallness. Or as the film progresses, we want to be very close, and we want to see their features, and we want to feel like God is present with them. So to combine that style with real people is definitely a balancing act and interesting, but it's been fun.
Yes. One thing about Pews that stuck out for sure is that he wakes up at 3 a.m. and has a time of prayer. So one of the mornings I got up to capture that, although that day he gave me some leeway and said, let's meet at 4 a.m. instead of 3. And
Sleep in.
But yeah, that was just so beautiful before the sun was up, before even, here birds and roosters definitely are kind of the beginning of the day, but this was before even that. And to be there capturing that in a cinematic style, but also just actually a part of the sacredness of his time, it's an interesting experience to make a film in that way. Where did River go? So we officially, I guess we have a little bit more footage to get, but the primary amount of footage we completed yesterday with their family, and just leaving their presence then, Pews wanted to pray with us, and he spoke words to us that, I don't know, were just they echoed a lot of the things that our house church back in Denver spoke to us before we departed on this trip. And I don't know, I think it's just proof of the Spirit's leading and moving and activity in our lives.
Yeah, it was really encouraging to be prayed over and to be given encouraging words and just spoken that he believes in what we're doing and that, just to fix our eyes on Jesus. It was really, really beautiful. It felt like, who are we? Like we're coming and filming him, and just felt so humbling for him to receive us and then turn around and bless us so much. So I'm definitely excited for you to see his life and just his heart for God. Also, this guy has grown a lot since we've been here. Here's a fun little montage of River's growth since being here.
River D, where are you? Where are you?
You're in Africa. You're in Africa, River D.
Yes, here we are. River's having his most adventurous afternoon nap ever.
Baby! Do you like it? River, you practicing the sit-ups?
Yeah.
All together. 1, 2, 3. He's just wrong. Good job, little wobbly. Dance, baby, dance, dance, baby, dance, dance, baby, dance. What do you think, River? Riverly. Oh.
Yeah, so our time in Africa is nearly reached its end. In a couple days here, we will be flying out to Haiti.
Haiti.
Destination 2 of our travels. Hey, Betty.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Thank you so much for your support of our travels, of this season of our lives, this opportunity to travel to these countries, to learn. Whoa, there's a dust storm.
Whoa.
Whoa. But yes, thank you so much for your support, and financially, prayerfully, we couldn't do it without you. It's truly a blessing to be doing what we're doing this year, and River loves it.
Yes, we are so grateful. We actually at this point still need about 30% of the remaining budget so that we can continue this. So if you wouldn't mind, we would love for you to share with your friends, your family about what we're doing, so that we can really be able to capture different stories and make a beautiful film and bring it back to share with you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are grateful. Say thank you, Riva. Riva.
I think you said thank you just then.